I had to text her. She asked me, what time are we going on? Yo. Yo, you kidding me? I gotta do my little head. I'm sorry. Look, I apologize. I had to text her. She asked me, what time do I go on? Do I check? I was like, nah, what you talking about? Yo, let me make sure. I'm gonna give her a couple more minutes, like I said. But yeah. So, yo, it took me like 2 days, real talk, to actually get her. What up, Prince? Prince, I got to scream at you too, cause I want to talk about religion and poly. You know what I mean? I know you do your little videos with being a Christian. So I want to link with you most definitely. Let me make sure. Let me see if she came in now. Yeah, yo, look, she is something else. This is funny. Yeah, and she is still not in the room. Like, what? This is what I hate about. Yo, I don't know. But yeah, most definitely, Prince. I want to most definitely get that going. Yo, I truly hate this shit. Yo, I don't even know, man. I think I might have to 86 tonight. It don't even look like she really gonna, I don't know. I don't know unless, man, King, I was trying to bring on a female. She's solo polys, yo, she's solo polys and she's married, they were planning to live in two different households, whatever and all that, yeah, I don't know. Like, I really don't know what's going on with her. Like, I just texted her and told her. Oh, bet. There she goes. Hold on. Let me bring her on. Damn, I thought we lost her for. Yo, oh my God. Yeah, Solo. What's good, man? You are a very hard person. Why you gotta make life difficult for me? Oh, yo, I can't hear you. Oh, yo, I don't know. I have my handy ready. But yeah, let me touch on a couple of things, because I think a lot of people are getting kind of confused. There's not only thruples in polyamory. It is part of polyamory, it falls up under it, but also there are those that fall into polyquads, kitchen top poly, you know what I mean? Yo, what you mean? Yo, hey, nice family. I'm so ready for them all night. But what's call it? So you do have different dynamics. You do have different setups in polyamory. It does take a lot of communication, a lot of just honesty and transparency with each other. The challenges are there. They do depend on what you really have in your dynamic. Oh shit! I always make y'all stare at my damn apples. All right, here we go. Hold on. Here, she's back in the room. Let's see if we get her. Hopefully it's love this time. Yo, Instagram hating on me. I'm back and they hating.
My
Oh,
bad.
here we go. What's
I was
good?
walking my dog. My bad.
Nah, you leaving me hanging. I'm over here sweating. I got the bald head man sweating. I already sweat during these
You
shows.
crazy. Hold on,
what
girl.
I mean? The people were waiting, man.
What's up with you, Alex?
But yes, I thank you. So we could touch
No
up on
problem.
everything. Because a lot of people don't really know what solo poly is. You know what I mean? Or what I shouldn't even really say what or define your poly. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that. I'm glad and I thank you. You join me. I'm over here bugging. I'm coming up with different things to say. I was about to do the alphabet and shit. I was gonna start singing Cinco de Mayo. I don't even
You
know.
crazy.
But for those that are just joining us, what we are going to discuss tonight is Polly, her poly lifestyle, her challenges, her things that she sees. This is the lovely Jelani. Should I just call you Jelly?
Jelly is easy for everybody.
Damn, I'm going to leave it at just that Jelly, because that's what she be doing, you feel me? Leaving them jelly about her. But yes, she operates and runs a whole nudist maid service that be banging here in Houston. So make sure y'all tap in on that. But yo, go ahead and like tell them how a little bit about you. What are you? What's your dynamic? What's your poly?
My poly is solo poly. You were right. You
I
know.
know I was right from the last interview we did together, but
Yeah.
I fucked up and said it. I'm nervous. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't nervous, but I am making a drink right now. But I'm sorry y'all for me moving. I just came back in for walking my dog. But my polyamory is solo poly, which means like I'm technically married. And even if I wasn't married, you could be solo poly. Okay, y'all about to see some stuff come out my bra. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to get myself situated. But my husband and I have been together for about 8 years, but you can be solo poly and not uh be in a relationship. Solo polyamory, some people confuse it with being single. Um, but it's really like about not necessarily having to be in relationships that escalate into kids, moving in, marriage. You kind of do your own thing, autonomously, like independently. Now, because I am married, I still do consider my husband's opinion with different things, but it's not as if like we veto each other. I don't know if some people are familiar with the veto term, but vetoing, y'all, is basically like what vetoing is in politics. A person gets to say, no, I don't want you fucking doing that. We don't do that necessarily. We say, I got a problem with this, and this is why. Let's examine it, aka processing in the poly world. But yeah, I think that's kind of like the gist of the definition. So my husband and I date other people. I'm bisexual, sometimes pansexual, but really just bisexual. My husband is pansexual. He be in the cut sometimes or whatever
Yo,
in the background.
drop that science for a lot of people that don't know what pansexual is.
Excuse me, I'm drinking an Incredible Hulk.
I knew you was. I got that Henny. I was sure
Yeah,
you already
I
know.
just pulled my bottle out. Okay, but let me focus. Pansexual, y'all, is a person that they're not limited to a gender when they want to date somebody or have sex with somebody. Talk to somebody. He be cool with, but really specifically for him, like you could be pansexual and want to date a woman that turned into a man, or a man that is feminine or some shit. Whatever. You could be pansexual and date whomever. My husband, for example, is not like really into men or anything like that. He just be messing around with I'm sorry, trans women here and there. Like he has trans women friends, and that's as far as his pansexuality goes. But that's a whole different story or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, we not gonna tell. I just wanted
Yeah,
you to
I
break
just no,
down what
you're fine. I
pansexual
wasn't
was.
about to go further into detail, but
Yeah, I know
yeah,
you
that's
was
what
about to go.
pan.
We just about to cut it right there. So
Yeah.
obviously, I know there was what a lot of people don't understand with solo poly. So when you see the veto, I always tell them it's kind of like a hierarchy system. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Kind of, where you all are the primary for each other. Well, not like that. I'm not for you guys. You guys don't rock with
No,
that.
we are each other's primary, really. Still,
Yeah,
truly, we are.
yeah. So how challenging was that, and who brought that to the relationship that wanted to open it up to be like that?
It was neither one nor the other. It was like we had linked up with an old high school classmate of mine, and she was working at a store. We linked up with her some years ago, and it just seemed to be a mutual attraction and interest, But him and I had started researching how to go about, bringing somebody else into the relationship because I don't like to treat people how I don't want to be treated. I would
Yeah.
not want to treat another woman as if, like I'm fitting her into a box, I guess, or like she's
Yeah,
a
it's just like
toy or
a toy
something
or
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was something we came into together, and we ended amicably with her. We're still friends with her, whatever. But soon after that, we decided and saw that we have different interests. So that's how we ended up being solo poly. Like we can date other women. I mean, the same woman or women together, but nah, I have different standards than he has, and we at this point we respect that in each other,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. Like I like a
So
woman that's more on my
so
level.
so for everybody that what I mean, that probably cut, because that was a lot. You just dropped the whole boop. You know what I mean?
Was that a
Some
lot?
people
Oh, my
told me that
bad.
come on here are monogamous, so they don't know shit
Oh
about poly. So
yeah. Okay, I'm so
slow
used
it
to
down.
talking
I'm gonna
about
tell
this.
you. you started off as a triad, right? The first initial beginning was a triad, right?
Yes.
And then knowing that y'all had different interests or just in people, you know, it divided you and you chose to go down solo poly, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because you know, everybody like, what the fuck did she just say?
I'm sorry. I'm so used to
And I
talking
know, Carmen, you
regular
just
like
be
this. This
going.
is my normal. Yeah, I'm
You
like,
eating.
when other people will be looking at me and I'm looking at them like, what the fuck you mean you understand? But
What
this is my
the
normal.
fuck? Now, most definitely. Now, going from the triad, right, to single
hmm
poly, did it become a lot more easier? Was it a lot more easier to, you know, because in triad it's challenging with the emotions,
I want to
jealousy,
say no. It
insecurities?
got worse. It got worse because of like having to have at that time having to have a lot more conversations regarding jealousy and how we would be scheduling ourselves. Um, One person may be feeling left out, or but a lot of times too. Or let me just say, let me just speak for myself. Uh, for me, I had at that time, I had a few more self-esteem problems than I would have now. So I was putting my, concerns on top of like the relationship concerns, but really, like my concerns was because I was not feeling like I was the shit, like I should have thought, or like not feeling like I meet his needs, and it doesn't have anything to do with somebody else meeting some other needs of his, because we're not each other's end all be all.
Yeah,
So that's how we approach our relationship, and that's the difference between um, us and some monogamous people, because most monogamous people treat each other as if in some form they're each other's end all be all, as in like I need you to fulfill all of these things, or mostly all these things, and only but that just wasn't working for us after a while. It was a little infidelity thrown
yeah,
in there, and it just wasn't working. It was not
yeah,
working. But
yeah.
I don't know. Like nowadays, we process and communicate a whole lot easier. It's easier for us to get into it and bounce back.
Do you
A
feel?
lot
Do you feel?
quicker.
Do you feel when you converted over from monogamous to polyamorous? You know, doing the transition, doing the triad, going solo poly, learning that this was your partner, this was your life partner. That's it. Like this is who I'm doing. Knowing that you weren't going to leave this situation, it made you actually start facing your emotions.
Yes. Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
hell yeah.
Because you
Like
know you're not leaving. It's like, hey, we're in this. I accept this.
yeah,
So
and we're gonna have to figure out how we can make this work if we're deciding to co-parent these kids together. And that's what we were just joking about it earlier, because like I don't know what we were talking about, but he was just saying like he don't know how single parents do it, and I'm like, shit, I don't. I mean, I know because I was raised by one, but I would rather work shit out and co-parent, like work shit out in a way. Well, when I say that, I mean like, because a lot of times our problems with other people are really our own problems,
yeah.
that we need to deal with ourselves or whatever. So yeah, over the past few years, we've been probably for 5 years. Over the past years, we have definitely had a whole bunch of ups and downs, but it's leveling out. It has leveled out. Like, I'm in my place now. He's here temporarily and will be moving in the next 2 or 3 months. So, I'm
So
excited for that.
that part. All right. Are
Yeah.
y'all still? I know from your past history, right? You know what I mean. Y'all were gonna move into separate places.
hmm
As you still dated separately, is that still what
hmm
y'all are doing?
Yeah, like he's at his friend's house right now for the night. I'm just here by myself, bored,
Mm,
drinking by myself.
yeah.
But
I mean, we drinking together right now. I got my hand.
okay,
You know,
okay. Well,
fine. No, no. I'm
I'm
more
gonna
sure
stick to
people
that.
people that are watching are locked in right now. They drinking too. 'Cause after the shit you just dropped in them, they were like, shit. I need to go get me a goddamn Harlem stiff. Goddamn it.
But yeah,
So
he's
fucking all that nonsense.
probably
No,
about to be in something a little later on, and I don't know. I'm about
what
to kick it.
what made y'all come to that option? All right, so when y'all went from triad to solo poly, and then turn around and then say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and transition and just move into separate households. You know what I mean? What made that?
Um, I think it was just the fact that when we started being solo polyamorous, and the fact that I date more men than women, and he dates more women than anything, or dates women, period. Uh, in the fact that we weren't dating necessarily the same woman, and I'm dating a man, it was starting to be a problem when it came to scheduling or
Mm.
egos,
Yeah.
especially within the men, ego problems or whatever, as far as space is concerned. And just quite technically, like we live, it's a bunch of different reasons, but we live a little bit differently in the home. You know what I'm saying? We have different habits that are not necessarily the most compatible. So us being our crazy asses, because he's an Aries, I'm a Leo, we're a bit uh, we're risk takers. I'll say that we're risk takers. So it's like we would rather be the guinea pigs for other people who might want to do what we doing,
Yes.
And but outside of that, like he's more introverted and I'm more extroverted. And for where I'm trying to go, like right now I'm on live or whatever, where
Hmm.
I'm trying to go, like I don't want my environment. And if he would ever hear this, he wouldn't be offended because he knows what it is. But my husband is moody. I don't want my environment effed up over time, and that's what was happening, and that's what was becoming a problem in our relationships too. Like I would have my people over or whatever. He would be able to do his own thing for the most part, and I'm finding myself to bend more than what
So
he's willing to bend as a man.
yeah. So did y'all ever bring y'all's outside partners to the crib?
Yeah, we all used to live together and everything.
Y'all used to wait. Hold the fuck up. I didn't know that. So y'all used to. Okay. So
Alex, I
wait.
told you that we be drinking though, so you probably just don't remember.
Yeah,
But
I was bit last time. Remember, you turned to me and said, "Slow down, nigga." Hey, what? Where am I?
but
Hey, we gotta tell
yeah.
the outside stories, man. Hold on. But yeah, nah. Oh shit. Yeah, because that's what I was gonna get to. I didn't know that situation. I didn't know that shit. That's crazy. You
Yes,
probably
he's
did say
solo. I'm
people.
answering somebody's question. He's solo. Like right now, he's solo doing his own thing because he had a right to. Like shit, I ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, my dog.
Yo,
Hold on,
anybody that has a question, make sure y'all put it in that box down there, in that
Michonne,
question mark box,
get
and
over
we
here.
gonna get to them eventually. I'm just gonna touch up on a couple of things with it, and then I'll let y'all ask whatever y'all want. But most definitely
hmm
put them in that box. Someone educate us. What is solo poly? Solo poly is, you wanna educate them real quick again?
Solo poly is a person who is polyamorous, aka non-monogamous, living in, a love style or a lifestyle that condones ethical non-monogamous relationships that involve all the most honesty possible. So like
Yeah.
it's kind of like you single but you poly at the same time, or whatever. Or you single but you non-monogamous and everybody that you deal with knows that you're single. Or I mean, solo poly. Because the difference with being single, from what I've realized with friends of mine or whatever that are single, you ain't necessarily telling. Some people are that real, but a lot of
Yeah.
people ain't telling who else they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to either. But that's the difference because single people are like shit. I'm single. I can do what the fuck I want, and you can do that also being solo poly. But it's just about ethical communication and people consenting to wanting to be in that type of situation. Period. Like you should be able to give somebody the warning to say, hey, you're not gonna be the only person, but are you sure you want to, rock with me from here on out? Because that's what matters too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
So it's the
but
same
before
as an open marriage. An open marriage is the umbrella term. Like an open marriage, people can be swingers. People can be poly and swingers. I'm not a swinger. I am a freak, but I do all of my shit behind closed doors. I'm just saying, it's just what it is. And the swingers, they don't do the shit behind closed doors, and that's okay.
She said,
I'm
"I'm
just saying.
afraid." Yeah.
I'm just
You,
saying.
you. Oh, but yeah, most definitely. All right, so you know, you about to have your DMs popping after you said you was a freak. But anyway, revert back to what I was gonna guess. So, okay, so y'all
Yes.
going to that, right? Now I know the dude that you was with, right? So he
Mhm.
lived there with y'all, right? You and your
Yeah.
boyfriend lived with you and your
My
husband,
ex.
right?
Uh huh. Mhm. And my
Now,
husband's ex girlfriend. Yeah.
and your husband ex girlfriend.
She came into the picture. They
How was
moved.
that set up? Y'all was
I'm about to tell you. It was crazy. I mean, it was like chaotic. It was exhilarating. It was fun, but it was stressful. And she came in very quickly. Like I said, my husband is an Aries. A lot of people don't believe in zodiacs. The people that do know that Aries people can be a bit impulsive. So he can move very fast. He's assertive, like I am. So it's like, okay, if you know what you want, you're gonna go for it. But that fool moved way too fast. That girl was living with us maybe like a week or two after. And my ass at that time was a bit more green and more willing to be a team player in ways where I was settling beyond what my boundaries were.
Yeah.
So she came around. We always supposed to be a quad. For the monogamous people on this live, a quad is like a triad. A triad is 3 people, but a quad obviously was 4, so
Four
it's 4
people.
individuals. Yeah, and the men weren't dating or whatever, but the 2 women, would deal with each other. Man, Alex, that girl started texting. Now we had a huge ass king size bed, and she was the only person that was bigger than us because she was a BBW, right? I'm just giving these folks a little background since you asked me. You asked how it was. At the beginning of it, maybe like a month. Stop, girly. At the beginning of it, maybe like a month after, she had started texting them in the middle of the night. Now, all 3 of us would go to bed. She'd be out in the living room or some shit, asking to lay with them, lay with either of the men in the middle of the night while I'm asleep.
So okay, hold on. So your boyfriend was also sleeping with your husband's girlfriend? So
Mm-hmm.
y'all was just all mixing. So y'all were fully official. Like, ain't that like kitchen top?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
kitchen,
kitchen table. Yeah,
yeah,
kitchen
yeah,
table
kitchen top.
polyamory, y'all.
Somebody asked what's kitchen top. There you go. Shit,
Kitchen
man, you
table
dropping all.
polyamory.
You do it. You let it know. You let
Because
it.
that's me. I'm inclusive. So I be wanting to like feel like a family, you know what I'm saying? And not
Yeah,
necessarily feel like we gotta be separated to deal with each other. Like if we can push our egos, because I'm egotistical myself as a woman. I'm
yeah,
very prideful. But if I could push that to the side to just expand my family, why not? Like if you can be healthy minded, why not? So that's what
yeah.
I was trying to do. But that ended the quad. That's why I brought that up. The whole she's texting them in the middle of the night to get some. And it's like that's not necessary that you're doing it that secretly. That ended the quad, and that led off to them dating each other after that. And then after that, it just spiraled into just chaos here and there. Like it would be cool, but she was a single mom, so she was trying to like low key kind of steal my husband and let her child start calling him daddy. It was crazy. It was
It got
crazy.
out
You
of hand.
asked,
So
it got
so
out of hand.
so with that, with the kids, right? How did they take all that? Like
My
seeing that it
kids
was
are
4 dogs for
with
everything.
it with us being polyamorous for 5 years now. My kids have basically grown up in it. So it's nothing unusual to them at all. Like my ex, for example, my daughter just got done asking, and I'm tired of her asking really like if my ex is gonna come back around because we were together for 3 years. But yeah, they're used to it, and they're used to whomever it might be around. But we don't bring everybody that we might date around our kids because I don't trust everybody as a regular mom.
That's
It ain't
facts.
even about being
That's
poly,
facts.
like nah, I done gone through my own stuff as a child, and
Yeah.
I want to protect my children. So
I
I
mean,
don't bring everybody around. Like my husband was just talking about. Cause I don't know if okay, so if y'all know that Alex is here in Houston, I'm also here in Houston, but I'm not a native Houstonian. My husband is not either. So my point is like he's just started dating this other girl that he used to date when he was in Cali because he's a Marine and was in Cali or whatever, and she's here. And he was talking about because we're supposed to be moving separately. He was talking about living with her or whatever, and I'm like, we're gonna have to slow that down because we have 2 children between us and I don't know her. Yeah, you've been talking about her for all these years, but I don't know her. And as me being the mother that I am, first and foremost, it ain't about who else I can date outside of they dad. But as a mom, when it comes to being polyamorous too, you just really have to be mindful. And it ain't just with the
yeah.
men. It's just period.
It's with
Would you
everything
want your
taken
children
besides.
to engage in your lifestyle? If you are hearing me say this right now, O'Day, I think your name is, clarify what your question is when you say, would you want your children to engage in our lifestyle? Because
Yo, put
they
all the
do.
questions in the box. I'm going to go to the questions in a minute. I'm going to
I
question because
will
there's
answer
one more
that a
thing.
little
So look,
bit.
you fucked me up, right? All right. So look, you
What?
start off triad. I'm trying to do the timeline with everything. So you start out. I'm a little more sober this time now. You know what I mean? It's
I'm
not
proud
because
of you, but you were fine the
this.
last time. But I'm proud of
But
you.
we was turned. I don't even care. It was a fun night. I ain't gonna. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you start off as a triad. Y'all discussed converting into solo, and then y'all ended up kind of in a polyquad situation. Now I'm gonna have to ask this. Then you ended up in a. Well, so was your polyquad also when you converted into a triad with the boyfriend? So still with the husband, and then
Okay, so I'm with the husband. I'm with the boyfriend because really they were like my primary partners to both of
yeah,
them for all that time. you know, I messed around or whatever. But at the end of the day, they were home. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
with that, after that ended, me and him ended up dating a young woman in 2018. And we were gonna move in with her, and it was just so cool. Like if y'all go on my page, actually, I want y'all to go on my page. If y'all go on my page, you're gonna scroll down. You're gonna see a chocolate ass woman with me, and she was in a black dress. I was in a red dress. She had a fat ass. That is my ex, y'all. So my ex and my other ex, the male ex, we all, you know, dealt with each other and were dating and we're supposed to move in. But that ended before it could really get started. I don't do toxic. Like when I say toxic, I mean like if it's the okay. Here's another poly term. NRE. NRE means new relationship energy, y'all, aka the infatuation phase. So when you're poly, NRE is like times a million because you already got this one person, then you got another person, or maybe even another person that's exciting you, or maybe like for example, me, I'm in a relationship with my husband, but then I'm in another relationship with my boyfriend and a girlfriend of ours that we're sharing. You know, so we were really happy with that, but then like I don't know, man. It just sucks when you see people, and this happens in monogamy, where people sound really cool in the beginning, they're very intelligent, then they start showing their true colors and whatnot. So with that, uh, they ended. That I decided to end that, and my boyfriend at the time kind of decided to follow me because he's not confrontational. He's just like, I don't want to be in the middle of y'all two women, even though he knew what was really up, but shit just got toxic real fast, and I
It
can't
makes
deal with it.
sense.
Like, if we supposed to be in honeymoon
So
phase, we should be in honeymoon phase.
let me ask this question then. Since you had the husband at home with his girlfriend, you had the boyfriend in the
Michonne,
triad you had the triad going on the other
Michonne,
side. You don't think that was overwhelming for you that you were spread too thin?
it can be.
Yeah. How did you maintain that? Like
But
how?
with him and my husband, it was never really me being spread too thin. And I'm bringing up the zodiacs again because it matters in my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Uh, my ex is a Cancer, so he's non-confrontational. Like not like he's a weak ass dude, but he just
Yeah. Now listen.
yeah, like he don't be trying to start no problems. So he was really never in the way for real. Like not that he's perfect, but he was just never in me and my husband's way. So it was easy. And then my husband is like, I'm an introverted extrovert. My husband is an extroverted introvert. My ex also is an introverted extrovert. So me and him did really well socially with other people, and that's what I'm answering your question because it matters. That matters is that I'm sorry, I'm looking for my dog. Michonne, get over here. My I'm
Oh,
sorry.
multitasking
Come here,
it.
girlie. Girl, man, that's the life of a mom and a wife.
Yeah,
Come
I
here,
see
girlie.
that. Multitask part of your life. That's it. You.
Yeah, so let me finish this up real quick. But my ex and my husband he's a grinder, right? So he's always working, like usually always working. So if I were to want to go out, but that was my ex's speed, and we would call each other our riding buddies because it's like even if I wanted to hit the road and go out of town, my ex would be more willing to do that, and it worked out well. Now, when it came to, excuse me, other people that I was dating or other people that my ex was dating, because my husband was just like, nah, I don't got time for all this bullshit with multiple people because it be bullshit with one person, you
Yeah.
know? So at the time, he was just really focused on his money. And nowadays, he's getting back into the dating pool and I'm pulling back. But when other people got involved, it got a bit more hectic.
Yeah.
So I'm just
So
like,
that. So
nah,
who
I'm
was
cool.
easier to really deal with on certain debates and arguments? You know what I mean? Like
My
whenever
ex,
certain. No, I'm just saying. Nah, I'm not talking about the males. I was gonna talk about either was it females or males. Like when it came to certain things, to get things structured, understood. Who was it easier to get things back to bringing the balance?
me.
No, like nigga, I'm talking about dealing who you was dealing with, not you.
Oh, one of my partners is what you're asking.
Yeah, like which one was it easier with the females when you were dealing with the females, or was it easier with the males? Was
Um,
communication easier?
the
Like communicate
males.
the males?
The males. This is
Yeah.
why I don't have a girlfriend now because that ended in
Are you open
2018.
looking for a girlfriend now?
Yes, I'm hella
What are you
open.
trying to being
If
solo
she's
party
if
right now?
she's my size, or like if she my
You
size
are that
to
shit. I keep
like
telling you,
small
DMs, girl. Don't be
BBW.
don't be texting me tomorrow morning like nigga. You know what? My DMs is oh because because
No,
you doing this.
you asked. I'm only answering the question. If she's my size, y'all, I'm a size 8. Shit, if she my size or a bigger, a BBW,
All
small
right,
BBW, I'm good.
look,
Yes,
I love that you
men are
just said.
easier though. Men are so much, and I'm serious. Like I'm passionate about this, and it really sucks because I don't know what happened with women, but women are not fucking consistent. Women want the world, and I'm a woman. Women want the world and will not keep up. Like I don't get it. How can I, as a woman, get? Because I'm generous as fuck.
Hey,
How can I give you the world and you ain't consistent? And I see
Shorty
that
said,
like in myself and my ex and my husband's women. Like I don't get it. So I just don't be trying to date women like that unless like it just easily works. Because
yeah.
I don't have time.
Someone wrote you, I'm a 6. Look, I tell you. But yeah, she is going back to the dating pool. Now, one thing I want to touch on, because man, there was so much more I want to touch on the poly thing, but I also want to answer these questions down here. But I also
Yeah.
want you to speak about your
Come on, Jelani.
business. Your
Oh.
business. Let them know what kind of business you run.
Oh shit, I'm still in liquor. Yeah, I have a nude house cleaning business. I also provide standard cleaning services as well, regular, aka regular cleaning services. But I have a nude house cleaning business. It's called Pretty Bear Cleaning. So on Instagram, that we're on right now, you could go look at Pretty Bear Cleaning. I launched in November. COVID obviously has slowed everybody down. So after May, I'll be hiring again, but this time I'm hiring for men and women. Um, but we provide t-shirt and panties as a level. We provide lingerie or bikini as another level. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. My hair looks crazy. I look like a real ass lion right now. But anyways, after after that, this shit is getting done very soon. After that, it's lingerie and bikini, and then it is topless or bottomless as an option as a client. And then you would have fully bare or just fully naked as the last option in the nude series of that. But this time I am hiring, I'm trying to hire multiple ethnicities. At the time, last time I was trying to hire multiple body sizes, but like I said, it'll be multiple body sizes, men and women, to be coming on to the team or whatever, because I need some help. And I'm in Houston, but I think I'll also start traveling as well. And also for me myself, I'm not saying for all of my employees, but for me myself, I'm probably about to start an OnlyFans, Alex. And not because I'm just like tripping off of having an OnlyFans, like me and my husband and like other people in my support system have gone back and forth because they want me to do it, but I'm just like, even though I have a new house cleaning business or whatever, I because I was raised in the church, which is crazy, y'all. Because I was raised in the church. And when I say I was raised in the church, I mean like apostolic, Pentecostal, speaking in tongues, can't wear no huge earrings, can't have this color hair, you know what I'm saying? Long skirts, kind of raised in the church. And part of that, Alex, is like keeps me modest in certain forms. So like I can be nude, but I'm only really being nude not to turn you on, but because I'm body positive. So
Yes.
that's what it is. Like I ain't ashamed of being nude because I was born nude. Everybody else was fucking
Hold
born
on. So
nude.
now so now you know what I mean, you're back opening up to dating, male or female, correct?
Dang, why you gotta tell the world?
I'm just trying to say you open up to that,
I'm
you
open
out
up.
there.
I'm
And
open
let me
to
tell
the.
you, I know her in person.
Let me clarify since you asking.
But
Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all my Frida Kahlo. Can you see it right here? Y'all can see this Frida Kahlo. Kurt, okay, my
look,
bad. I love that Kurt. But anyways,
hold on, breaking everything down. Look, so okay, you open up to dating back again. You ain't been doing it in a while.
I'm
Sexual
answering your question. I'm opening. I'm open up. I'm open. I'm sorry. I'm open to dating or talking. Hold on. I'm open to conversing with some men who are very intelligent and business minded. That really matters. Do not hit me up if you just talk about some hey or what you're doing. If you can stimulate my mind beyond you wanting yourself to go somewhere in me, that's awesome because I'm all for the betterment of my community first and
love
foremost.
it.
That will attract me. That's my point. That will attract me somebody having plans for their life and having something to talk about. So men, please have something to talk about other than the carnal desires of all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's normal. Be different. You know what I'm saying? Be witty. Be humorous. I love to laugh. Anyway,
Yeah.
women
Okay. So
though,
yeah. So
so I'm answering your question with
all
the
right, and then
women. I'm
you got
open
your
as
maid.
fuck.
You got your maid services. You know what I mean,
Yes.
going on too. And then now you're gonna do the
And
OnlyFans.
I'm sure I'm about to start into credit repair too. And there's a couple of other avenues of income that I'll be having going on soon. But the other thing that probably matters because I'm on live is that I'll be hosting a it's catered to by women, but it's co-ed. And it'll be a party in June or July at this huge club in Houston, whatever. And I'll have a private after party afterwards here or at an Airbnb. Um, but like I said, it's catered to by women and it's co-ed, so men can be there. But I just feel like there's not a huge space
Yeah.
for bi women. There's a space for lesbian women, studs, and stuff like that who are strictly a part of the LGBT community. But for like bi women who still like dick, and I'm not ashamed that I like. Can I say this online? I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed that I
You
like
good? We
dick.
say whatever.
Like I'm just saying, like, cause a part of the LGBT community. And I don't know if you're aware of this, Alex, but women, lesbians that might be studs or femmes or whatever might feel away for women who are bisexual. And a lot of people aren't aware of that. Heterosexual people might not be aware of that. And it's like, I'm not about to feel bad because I like to be penetrated and I like to trib and whatnot. Or I like feminine qualities in a woman, in curves and her silhouette, a woman's silhouette and her queenliness. But I
I applaud
also
you.
like a male. Like there's nothing wrong with that. So my point is I'm just putting on an event. Just keep y'all can follow me on this page, Jelani the Muse, because it's not really
I'm
necessarily
gonna post
connected to.
everything. I'm gonna post everything. And I'll give my OnlyFans page subscribe for free. God, thank you. I appreciate that. But look, let me convert to these questions because everybody keeps
Yeah,
writing.
do your
Everybody wants
thing.
to
I'm
ask a
following you.
question. Make sure you put it in the box so I can show it. Most definitely.
Oh, let me. I guess let me
Oh,
read some shit.
boom.
Would
Would
you
you
want
want
your
to?
kids? Oh
Oh, he
yeah, he did
corrected
ask
himself.
that. Okay, so I saw what you said to answer that. I would love for my kids to be polyamorous. Like I would love it because they would definitely understand. My daughter is showing signs of, but I'm not. Hold on, let me stop myself. I would love it, but we don't push that on my children. Like for example, I don't really go by a Christian lifestyle anymore. I still allow my kids to go to church. Whatever family members they want to go to church with, So we don't push that on them. But I would love for my kids to be poly. Like my daughter probably is a little bit poly anyways, because she was talking to me about, having two boy crushes. And I
I,
think a lot of us don't realize we poly or non-monogamous in thought
In fact,
before
yeah,
we
we are.
actually
We
start.
get taught a system. I think what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to being polyamorous or just poly in general is the honesty. You get the chance. Like I said, that's why I asked that question. Did you feel like the transition from monogamous to polyamory made you face a lot of your emotions? A lot of people are scared to face their emotions. So if you
Yeah.
ask me if my children, do I want my children to kind of live the same lifestyle? Yeah, I want them to kind of know what they're getting themselves into.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can't really
I
win.
agree.
I found myself in on a vacation one time. I'm gonna call it a vacation, and that was like the one thing when I got into general population. It was that was like, yo, at the end of the day, you made your choice to be here. You know what I mean? You made the choice to do what you
Mm.
did, and now you're here. And I think a lot of people was like, well, shit, what can we do? When you faced with that challenge of nigga, I acknowledge what I did. Now I'm in this position. You have self choice. People are scared
Yep.
of the power of having self choice. So shit,
Ooh,
of course I would want my kids to have
that's a
they
whole
self.
word. That's a whole word, Alex. That's a whole like people are scared of the power because it's a powerful thing to
Mm-hmm.
have free will. And
Yeah,
and,
free
I, and I'm
will.
not going to get into politics or religion, but I will say for most of us in the Black community, we were brought up in a Christian household, and to be brought up in Christian households is normally taught to keep your gestures and your actions in a way where it will be honoring who God is. So in that it's like it's weird contradictions in the Bible. Like, okay, you can have multiple spouses,
I
but in person don't have that. But so I'm just saying that to say I'm not getting into religion. I am just saying that to say that matters a lot when people be thinking about, oh well, I'm selfish, or because I get a lot of people to say, girl, how you do that, or they be interested as hell, but then I start saying stuff and they're like, ooh, I'm too selfish for that, and I'm just like, you, all it takes is some unlearning. My mom was the first lady. I'm serious, Alex. My mom was the first lady. My mom was a prophetess. My mom is still a prophetess. If God gives her word, even though I don't follow that path, I'll listen. So my point is
yeah.
like Like all it takes is freaking saying, okay, it's a different way to think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different way to think. But to answer your question all day, yes, I would love for my kids to be poly. If they're not, that's good. Like I ain't tripping. Like whatever makes them happy, as long as they ain't harming nobody. That's all I care about in life. Period. You don't have to do. I don't care about how you choosing to love somebody else, as long as you're not harming those people.
All right, here goes another one. When you say your husband dates trans women with people, I'm gonna let you choose. You want to tell us? Yo, stop!
Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I just laugh because I know people be like, "What?"
It always be that. You don't
Yeah.
get the shit on it, yo.
But y'all, honestly, I'm just gonna be for real. Like this ain't even about my husband. Like let me be honest. There are a lot of men, for one, who like to have certain things massaged on their bodies. There are a lot of men who like to have things massaged on their bodies, and there are a lot of men. Now, I didn't help my husband get into the point where he is pansexual. I went on a business trip. He was on some extra stuff. I came back. He told me what was up. I'm like, dang, okay, whatever. So one thing turned to another. But my point is that yes, he is a man that is into trans women. He was with one the other day or whatever, and that's like he had been dealing with one for about 4 years until the end of last year. But yeah, but so now outside of my husband though, there are a lot of men that are into trans women, and I know that because
there's a lot of men that are down low.
Yeah, like I'm into like I have different platforms, on kink sites and stuff like that. Even Twitter itself, like there's multiple DL men that are messing with other men or that are interested in trans women who got the women look. It just want a little extra. So I don't really judge. I don't really involve myself in all of that with him necessarily, but
let me ask a question then. You said you slept with a transgender, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I did.
So that one had a penis, right?
Yes, she did. Because I wouldn't be interested in a post-op, like a person that had surgery.
How was that experience?
Oh, let me watch myself because I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just not what I do.
Just
Yeah, that experience was wonderful because it felt like a man physically. But when okay, I'm sorry, y'all been drinking. I'm still thinking though. Okay, so she felt like a man, y'all, right? Okay, she felt like a man. But then I started looking further up above the navel, above the belly button. I'm saying you got this boob job, this botched ass boob job. These boobs don't look like my fucking boobs, okay? They're not saggy, they're not naturally perky. They're like oddly thrown onto your chest. So that threw me off with the whole trans thing. But the physical interaction outside of that was superb. Like it was superb. So I mean, I enjoyed that, but so what I noticed with this young woman or this woman who did something with me and my husband, who also was dealing with him for these amount of years, was in other women that I've dealt with, trans women. I've noticed, and this is just my opinion, that a few of them might have hormonal issues. So that's why I say I'm not pansexual anymore. Like I'm not necessarily attracted to trans women because it's like y'all be tripping. You know what I'm saying? And tripping because of the medicine that you're taking. Like, and I'm not hating on you want a different. Yeah, like I'm not hating on you want a different lifestyle, or like you really feel like you want to be a woman.
So it's chemical imbalance, or like
yes, like I feel like even my husband, so that he doesn't really deal with like trans women like that or whatever. Especially because he's not like a feminine ass dude. He's a masculine ass, like hands-on man. You know what I'm saying? So what it is like we've known even him, like he'll say that it bothers him because they'll be having these men tendencies. So what I say by that, what I mean by that is that men in general tend to be more sexually charged, tend to be more visually charged. Like, hey, I can call you to bust a. Let me say, can I say this on Instagram? I can call you to bust a nut. I can call you to bust a nut, but I'm not necessarily looking for a relationship because my husband at the end of the day is polyamorous. He would want a relationship. Not necessarily he got to have everybody in his business, but like I don't want to just feel like I'm being used for my physical parts. So with that, he just kind of pulled back, you know, like, okay, I don't want to feel like I'm being, even if it was another woman, he don't be wanting to feel used at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm a
fact.
good ass
That's human in
person.
general. That's
I'm
human in
slinging
general.
a good amount of meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to feel like.
Oh, you freezing up on me. You freezing up when you move. Yeah.
Man,
Yo, hold up. Pause
can you
real
hear me
quick.
now?
Yo. Yeah, I can hear you
Let me.
now. Hold up. Everybody says she one of the realest persons ever seen. That's why I fucking love her. That's why I love rocking with her. I told her from the get-go, like, that's why I fucks
Oh, I
with
need
her.
some glasses.
Cause
Okay,
yes,
I just thought.
yeah, that shit
Thank
right
you,
there.
though.
Everybody said
I didn't even see
she
that.
is. Make sure y'all
And I
follow her.
keep to
I told
myself,
her
y'all.
she
I
could.
keep to myself. You will see that I'm a little feisty. I'm a little outspoken. But really, like, I keep to myself because I tend to be misunderstood a lot, too. So instead of, like, me repeating myself over and over and trying my best to be understood, we just keep to ourselves. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, Alex, do we ever have? Yes, we have just sex relationships. Yes, hell yeah.
I
If I'm
mean,
gonna
all
go
your relationships would have been
ride a
sexual,
nice
huh?
dick. Yes, I'm about to go ride a nice dick. I might not want to be with this man, but shit, if we can get it on, like, why not?
I
But
fucking hate you right now.
but I will say, since September, since the ending of my relationship with my ex, I had made a personal commitment. Ain't about nobody else. I made a personal commitment to um, be more intentional with my connections with people, my physical, sexual connections. Be more intentional with my soul ties. And this ain't no secret or whatever. I like to be unprotected because I think that's natural. So for me to be unprotected with you, I have to trust you. Excuse me. And then there's soul ties that come with that. Like, we are being unprotected and we doing it like that. I gotta feel like you really got my back and some trying to deal with a whole bunch of other people is my point. Or not even, it was like a whole bunch of other people in the past, but at this point it's only my husband and another individual who's been consistent since like January because I want to protect my cleanliness, you know, and I want to protect my spirit because I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I can go into something like, and this answers the question too. I can go into something like, oh, I just want to, because me, I don't mind hitting it and quitting it. My mama told me and my brother's like, shoot, you should keep your options open. But because of who I am, I would rather have a real relationship with somebody and not necessarily like we got to be man and girlfriend or some shit like that, but like have a real dynamic, have a real bond. So I don't prefer to have casual sex. And that answers the whole question. I'm sorry I have to explain all of that, but we can have that,
Yes.
yes. But do we prefer it? No, because we are humans with real feelings, and that's like we're not swingers. You know what I'm saying? We're not like only emotionally tied to each other. I want to be emotionally tied to somebody else that I'm giving my body to. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me, but it ain't that for everybody, and that's okay too. That's just
All right, last
what it is for
question.
me.
I'm gonna ask this one.
What, Alex?
Going from all the dynamics that you've been in, all the experiences you've been in, right? What do you say
Hmm.
is the easiest to do for you being polyamorous?
I
Your
would
overall goal, I
say
guess you would say.
having my husband, because he gonna always be around because he's my baby daddy for one.
Yeah.
But having him in the mix somehow, and then maybe like one or two more men, because I'm leaning towards more of a closed relationship. That's what I'm leaning towards. Not where it's like 100% closed or I feel bad for flirting with somebody else. But if I can have two or three men in the mix, and I say two or three because like I need you to be out working too. I don't need you to be so available to me to where you got so much time to spend with me. So that's why I say two or three men. But that probably sounds crazy, but that's just the truth. I like working men.
Yeah.
But a woman, I would be cool with one or two other women. Like if I shared a woman with another male in my life, that would be cool. And if she was just, a gift for me, that would be awesome too. But you know,
No,
that's what
I
it
don't knock
is.
you out. Hey, you know what? A busy man is a successful man. You know what I
There you
mean? You're
go,
a
and
working
that's how
man.
I
So
think,
yeah,
and that
that
attracts
is.
me.
Yeah,
That attracts
I feel
me.
you.
I don't
Some
want
busy
you to
no
be
more.
so
Yeah,
available. Let me call you a little bit, and you missing calls because you handling your business.
yeah.
So
That's
that's just
fine.
how I feel. But hopefully,
Yeah.
I answered as much as I can. I know this hour is
It's almost
about
over.
the end.
But I'm on shit. Everybody love this shit. Everybody make sure you follow. I'm a
How
tag her.
how long can you be on live on Instagram? Because I'm usually more live on Facebook.
I just came back to doing this. You know what I mean? Just because I have so many people that
Well,
follow
I'm by
me.
myself tonight, y'all. So if y'all want to go to this page, on my business page, Jelani the Muse, I might just go back on in a second because I'm here by myself. So shit, I ain't doing nothing. All I can do is answer questions. If you
Look,
want, join me over there. But where the
look.
ladies at,
Hey,
Alex?
okay. So
You ain't
so
talking about
the
yourself at
picture,
all.
the picture, right? The picture you sent me, right, for the one when we want to go do the one show, right? Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it like this: send me a picture, and then I'm gonna post it, right? And I'm gonna just tell everybody to make sure to go to your page and follow you since you're gonna be live right now.
Right
Because I
now?
know the picture, huh?
People gonna see that right now. They gonna see it on your timeline, on their timeline right now.
They can see it on, because I had the particular. Yeah, I'm gonna punch this.
I feel you though. Hey, if you got that following, hey, that's why I'm asking. Okay, hey,
I
you should
got a
have
following.
2,000
I got a
followers.
following. I don't think
I
you
saw you
understand.
almost at 10K. I do understand. I watch y'all asses.
Yeah, look,
Oh my goodness.
I
Oh,
promoted
you
that you're
welcome for
gonna be
me
on.
being me. I guess it's enough for y'all. Me being me here. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's
Like,
up.
I think everybody need to understand. I don't fuck with a lot of people on a personal note. Like, a lot of people
That's
that
me.
you do see me talk to, or if I do consider somebody that's close to me, it's in a sense because I vibe with them on a different sense. I don't really like fugazi. I don't like fake. I don't like wasting time because I'm a busy individual. And one thing that attracted me to her when I seen her on her live, her and her husband were going in. They were so truthful. They would do that. I told her personally, you know what I mean? But that's private conversations. But yeah, most definitely, everybody tune into her. I'm gonna tag her. I'm gonna put a nice pic, whatever, and then they can run back
What y'all about to do tonight?
and ask whatever they want because I gotta
What y'all
clock
about to
out.
do, Alex?
I gotta do a whole bunch of shit right now because I gotta get shit lined up for tomorrow, and then I still gotta go to work, and then I got a couple other things next week, and then
Because
yeah, and
I
then I
just
got
feel like it was
yo.
divinely ordained that you wrote me. Because I was thinking like before you wrote me, I was thinking like, dang, I need to hit up Alex, and I had said that to my husband maybe like 3 days before you did, but I be forgetting because I spoke too. But I be forgetting, so I'm
Well, you
glad you hit
forgot
me
about
up.
me.
I
That's why I
didn't
wrote your
forget.
ass this morning. You forgot about me.
But I was available for you. I made myself available for you. I worked
Yeah,
around
I knew
all
you.
that for you.
No, that's why I knew off the rip it was still gonna be an okay. Even though this morning I was hitting you up,
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be an okay. I tried to remind you, as, hey yo, what's good?
You
But yeah,
passed
most
that, but
definitely, I'm gonna
but
post
yeah,
something.
add me in any other point you want to or whatever. But I'm sure they'll see
Of course, we
a
still
few
got a
more
lot of things. Like I
instances.
said,
Yeah,
but
the
yeah, we're
summer
still.
ain't even here yet, so
Yeah, it ain't.
it's
And then
coming.
and still when it opens up, I still have so many more things lined up. So it's just right now I'm just doing this just to do this. But trust me, when it opens up, I still got a lot of things lined up. You know, I'm
Okay,
just gonna
as do I. But yeah, I
yeah,
think I am about to go live. So
I bet.
I'm gonna go live in like 5 minutes. And but you ain't gotta share it though, Alex. It's cool. It ain't no big deal. I just want to entertain people and see what they doing so they can entertain me since I'm here
No,
by
I'm gonna share
myself.
it because you know what everybody needs. You are so knowledgeable in this world, so they're gonna have a lot of
Am
questions.
I? Because
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, but I guess because I'm so used to living this life, I don't know. It just feels so regular to me, and I don't know. It just
That's the
feels
thing.
regular.
I think the best thing you told me right was us from this world, right? There is
Mhm.
hold on, so we still got so many more minutes because we started off late because you wasn't on fucking live with me. But what's called, I think what you tend to forget, like I think the best thing that you told me was we're like projects. People look at us like under a microscope, kind of a sense. I forgot how
Yeah.
you worded it correctly, but that's correct. They're intrigued. They're intrigued. They're interested in how we do this and how we conduct. And there's so much more that they just realize that they just have to face emotionally, challenge themselves, see where they put themselves at. It's fucking crazy when you put yourself against a wall. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I really enjoyed our conversation. But I am gonna share it. I'm gonna share. Send me something that I could put
Well,
for
I'm just
people
gonna
of
send you
my
something
following.
with a text, like with some font that say Jelani the Muse is on live or some shit. I don't know. But
Don't send me shit with no font. That don't don't